These are the three main reasons why I think Disney's evil.
China.
Disney filmed Mulan in the same province where the Uyghur Muslim concentration camps are located in China and then thanked the CCP for the privilege. They removed mentions of Tibet and Tibetan monks from Avengers Endgame and Doctor Strange because China didn't want them there. This is the international poster for Star Wars and this is the Chinese poster. Look at John Boyega in both of these posters.
That's racist!
Hypocrisy, thy name is
Disney.
They fired Gina Carano after they themselves implicitly supported concentration camps in China and did not fire Pedro Pascal for doing the exact same thing that she did. Disney used a lot of art from the public domain but then lobbied Congress to stop Mickey Mouse from entering the public domain in 1984, which also had long-lasting negative consequences on the copyright system as a whole. Disney is responsible for destroying the Star Wars franchise, and if you actually look into Disney's past, almost none of Disney's previous franchise acquisitions were true to the original intentions of the authors.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Let's first talk about Gina Carano since that's relevant right now. First of all, I think it's funny how Disney literally filmed Mulan in the same place as the Uyghur concentration camps, thanked the CCP for the privilege, and then fired Gina Carano because they were offended by some Holocaust comparison. Like, Disney doesn't give a shit about human rights abuses in Tibet, Hong Kong and Xinjiang, but somebody made a tweet and now they suddenly care about the Jews? Are you fucking kidding me? This is wrong on so many levels that I can't even comprehend how Kathleen Kennedy still has a job. Now, Upper Echelon Gamers made an amazing video about this, but to summarize it over here, if you wanted Gina Carano to be fired and were threatening to cancel Disney Plus if she was not fired, then after learning about Disney's involvements with China, if you do not cancel Disney Plus, then your opinions on morality are 100% worthless, meaningless garbage, and you should deeply reflect on that.
The evolution of the superhero has meant the death of the movie star. And that's the fear now, because you're now making movies for 16-year-olds and China. And that's it.
All of this is terrible stuff for sure. But as much as I hate to say it, I can't blame Disney too much for pandering to China. Not pandering to China would have cost Disney billions of dollars. They would have lost out on the entire Chinese market, and considering their sales in Western countries have barely been affected at all, isn't the blame on the customers who keep buying Disney products despite all they've done? I'm looking at you, everyone who still owns Disney Plus. Now let's talk about diversity in Hollywood.
Sleeping Beauty can be a Mexican. She'll be sleeping through her deportation. That could use a little work. And Peter Pan should be gay and Asian. Really? No, you dumb fuck.
I have seen so many movies that were well-established franchises in their own rights that got remakes with an all-female cast or more diverse characters, where Hollywood blatantly sacrifices good writing for adding token characters that feel out of place in the movie or the show. I personally dislike this a lot. Instead of ruining well-established franchises, what should happen is that there should be completely new franchises that have a diverse cast, and the advertising shouldn't be focused on diversity because the story is what matters, not the fact that you hired a black or a female actor so that you can pretend to care about diversity. I'd wager that very few people want diverse characters if they're written poorly, like Captain Marvel and Star Wars: The Last Jedi. This trend needs to stop.
Why? We need more representation. Fuck representation! If we want to give the public representation, we can create another original Black Princess for representation.
Black Panther, Wonder Woman, Alita the Battle Angel are some examples of diversity done the right way, in my opinion. James Bond isn't cool because he's white. He's cool because the film is amazing and he just happens to be the main character. Similarly, Black Panther isn't cool because he's black, but because the film is amazing and he's the main character of the film. The problem with movies being made right now is the writers focus more on how the character is black or a woman rather than actually writing good characters that are cool just by themselves. If you enjoyed this video so far, please hit that like button to make sure this video reaches more people. Let's talk about how Disney ruined the copyright system for everyone. When Mickey Mouse was released in 1928, the maximum time period an intellectual property could remain copyrighted was 56 years. After that, it would go into public domain, like Robin Hood or Charlie Chaplin. Mickey Mouse was supposed to become public domain in 1984, but Disney was like hell no and lobbied Congress to extend that from 56 to 75 years. Now, it would have entered public domain in 2003, but you know where this is going, right? After millions of dollars in donations and who knows how many bribes, they got Congress to pass the Copyright Term Extension Act, which would extend their copyright protection by decades. Now Mickey Mouse is set to enter the public domain in 2023, but Disney will probably easily get Congress to pass another extension. The reason why this is so hypocritical is that several other works produced by Disney, such as Alice in Wonderland, are also based on works that were not protected by copyright. Disney also effectively uses the copyright system to suppress and profit off of other people's work as much as possible. Disney filed a lawsuit against the DJ deadmau5 when he tried to register his mouse helmet as a trademark in the United States. The case was eventually settled out of court, and deadmau5 is one of the very few people who battled Disney in court and came out of it unscathed. Also, did you know that Disney has more lawyers working for them than animators? The YouTuber Star Wars Fan Theory made a Star Wars film using his own money for production and filming after confirming that this was legal as long as he does not monetize the video. And Disney noticed the amazing reception that the film was receiving, and then they copyright claimed the video, subsequently monetizing it for themselves. They manually claimed the video based on a few seconds of audio that simply resembled some of their own audio, and allegedly layered ads throughout the film. Lucasfilms subsequently revoked the claim made by Disney due to the backlash that they faced. Now let's discuss some previous movies that Disney has completely changed from their original versions. Wisecrack made a video about this topic, and one of the examples they mentioned was Disney's retelling of The Little Mermaid. It strips away all the dark aspects of the story. In the original version, the Little Mermaid doesn't just exchange her voice for being able to walk, but has to endure the pain of being stabbed every time she takes a step. The prince never returns the mermaid's affection. The bargain for the legs actually revolves around the mermaid getting a soul, which she did not have in the beginning, and not just the ability to walk. The deal was that if she manages to kiss her true love, then she will get a soul. The author of the original work did not want her to get a soul just because she fell in love with someone. In the original, she gives up her life to save the prince, and as a reward for her sacrifice and the good deeds that she did throughout her life, she is turned into a gentle spirit, and if she helps mankind for 300 years, then she will be rewarded with a soul. Hooray! Some other examples of really dark stories that Disney turned into cutesy, happily ever after flicks are Pocahontas, The Sleeping Beauty, Pinocchio, Peter Pan, and basically everything they touch. The main takeaway is that Disneyfication of media actually hinders critical thinking and completely hides the darker aspects of stories from children. This can have a negative psychological impact while growing up and results in children not receiving any tools for navigating real-world problems. However, these types of cute stories make our brains pump dopamine and they sell really well, which is why Disney became huge in the first place. I have seen many videos talking about these issues separately, but nobody has spoken about all these issues at once. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing. If you like the editing for this video, you can contact me through the link in the description to hire me as a freelance video editor. I am just starting out with YouTube and I'm not sure what type of content you're interested in, so you can let me know what issues you'd like me to make videos on in the comments below. And thank you for watching till the end. It really means a lot to me. I'll be trying to constantly improve with every video. Thanks for watching and bye.
Up in your ass, blah. My shit is tighter than shogakse in the pussy. Smooth butter from the brand Hibajirushi. Itsumo fresh, FRESH sanchi choke so flow and I use so. My shit is fly like Steadison jet.